G'day guys, how we doing? Zach and Lucy here. Welcome to Lucy's channel, Lucy Lane, the Queen of Balmain. Thank God it's Friday. Lucy, what are you looking at? She's seen something. Ace, what is it? Hello? She's onto it, she's fixated. Oh, it's the mailman. Stay there, please. So guys, before we kick off, please hit the subscribe button, like this video and hit post notifications. That'd be fantastic. Drop a comment below, please and thank you. Anyway guys, so today what we're going to do a video on is how much does a German Shepherd cost? Holy shit. Wait till you hear this. So I've broken this down into a couple of different costs, right? So I have everything Lucy has cost us to date, and then I also have annual running costs of a German Shepherd. She is fixated. Lucy, you alright? She can see there's a dog across the road there. Anyway, so let's crack into it. So, mind blown. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do the first part, which is everything, pretty much all expenses, including Lucy, and owning a German Shepherd. Everything is to date, so today. So the entire cost of having a German Shepherd to date. So let's get through this. So to start with, you're going to want to buy a German Shepherd. So that is around $2,500, okay? So Lucy costs $2,500. And then the next expensive part, oh, the mailman just went past. Look at her, she's so alert. The next expensive thing, once we purchased Lucy, there is a whole lot of shit that came afterwards, alright? So the next thing was bricks. I had to reinforce the back fence so Lucy couldn't get out. I was worried she was going to dig. Turns out she doesn't dig, but I spent $500 on bricks. So the next thing was buying her a crate. Crate training, I'm a big believer in crate training. A lot of people, some people are on the fence about it, other people aren't. I think it's a really great tool, gives them a safe place, gives them their own space, and also makes toilet training a breeze. Through crate training, toilet training took like within a week and we never had an accident ever since. The next thing is toys, leads, water bowl, like miscellaneous stuff, poo bags. That's another $500. Okay, so, and then the next thing is dog food. Okay, so the doggo food, I'll put this here per year, but dog food is around $2,500 a year. So just be aware of that. They've got to eat to set that money aside. So it depends what you're feeding as well. Like that can range, man. You could be feeding them anything from a terrible grocery store canned dog food and wood chip kibble that's absolutely repulsive and very bad for your dog. That's going to be a lot cheaper. I'll just steer very clear of that. A lot of people are into the whole raw feeding thing now. We're kind of in the middle. We do a bit of raw feeding. Lucy eats a bit of cooked meats, and she also eats a really high quality kibble that I've left as a staple for her, and then we complement her food with, she gets chicken breast every day and steaks and things like that. Bit of organ and things. So anyway, so food, $2,500 for the year. I've just put that down as an annual thing because that's something you're gonna have to continuously buy. Pup Insurance. Off the bat, you're going to want to get this for your dog, because if your dog falls off and breaks their leg off the couch, and it happened to a friend of mine, $8,000 for surgery. Not a lot of people have that money just floating around. So look, it is imperative to get insurance. So our insurance, we are with RSPCA, it's an Australian insurance. It is $750 a year. So, and we just pay that up front as well. The next couple of things here we got when we first got Lucy. So a dog walker, we got a dog walker in to break up the middle of her day when she was a young pup. So my wife and I, we both work full time. So we, as a young puppy, as a 12-week-old-ish pup, pretty much from about, as soon as we got her 9 to 10 weeks old to about 16 weeks, we had a dog walker come and take her for a half an hour walk through the middle of the day when we weren't home, just to break up her day and give her some company, and actually help start with the socialization process. So in that time, we spent $500 on a dog walker. Dog trainer, I used 2 dog trainers. One was a great trainer, and she worked with police dogs. And then another fantastic trainer who's also a friend of mine is a military dog trainer. Set aside about $500, and that's even if you want to go do basic puppy school. Man, that stuff's $200 and a couple of lessons on after that. Big believer in dog training. Hire a professional. Just even nut out the basics, and it's just gonna really strengthen the bond between you and your dog because it builds boundaries. The next thing is Lucy decided to chew up the back deck. That cost me $300 to repair. So Lucy, from the day we got her to now, has cost me $8,250. Okay, so it's not just the initial outlay of buying a dog, $2,500. So to date, Lucy has cost me $8,250. Now, whoa, you say, right? That's pretty crazy. This isn't including any of the vet bills. So let's get into the vet bills since we've had Lucy. So Lucy has had probably too many interactions with the vet for my own liking. Let's just go through it. Holy crap. So the vet bills. Lucy, block your ears. So the first major vet bills we had was the injection she gets when she's a little bit older. I think after the first few weeks, I think we're at 12 weeks old, I think she got those. The parvo injections, that was $278. And then look, we had a multiple string of puppy with diarrhea and throwing up. This isn't amongst when I was changing her diet and trialing a few things. It wasn't really even trialing or changing a few things in her diet. It was more or less just adding a few extra things into her diet and didn't agree with her. Some things I might have put a little bit too much of at the time. And then I ended up taking her straight to the vet. I was really worried, so we've had probably 3 or 4 trips to the vet, like miscellaneous trips. Think about, in between $70 to $200 a pop. Then the next thing, getting your dog desexed if you choose to go down this route. We got Lucy desexed, that's around $400. Lucy sick again, $87. Now, with Lucy continuously getting sick there for a while, she was a very active pup and a very social pup, and I feel like she was exposed to a lot of things, but then I kept getting really worried that she had like stomach and intestinal issues or something like that, or digestive issues, which are common in German Shepherds. So we got a blood panel, $395. Perfectly fine. She's perfectly fine, no digestive issues. There's no hip dysplasia, there's no signs of any of this stuff. We got assessed for the hip dysplasia as well. She's very healthy, very lean, fit doggo, but you can't be too careful. So the next thing is, in Sydney, Australia here, we had a leptospirosis breakout, okay? So that is not good. So then I take it back to the vet and we got leptospirosis injections, so that stuff can kill your dog. Last thing I want is a dead dog. So we've got that, $220. Yes. And then after that, the next thing was an emergency late night trip to the vet. That was $405. Lucy and her crazy prey drive was down the park. She was chasing a bird and she ran into a concrete step. Kept going. We didn't actually realise she was injured at the time. I saw the impact and I was like, holy shit, but she didn't appear to be bleeding or anything until we got home. We had a shower, jumped into bed, Lucy's on the bed, and then my wife's gone, oh my god, there's blood all over the sheets. And Lucy had a massive gash, so that was like Sunday evening. We off to the vet we went, so you can imagine Sunday evening, 10 o'clock, that wasn't cheap. So she got it cleaned out. They wanted to leave it, so that's all good. That was $405. They'll let it heal on its own. Anyway, didn't end up healing on its own a week later, so she had to go back to a regular vet for surgery. She got all these stitches just under her jaw here, just under there somewhere. You obviously can't see it. It hasn't ruined your beautiful face. But that was $805. And then the checkup a week later was $80. And then Lucy actually had a really bad tummy bug. And we had to give her some medication to go back to the vet. A couple of months after that, that was $160. And then the last thing I've put in here for Lucy is the Heartworm flea tick medication. Okay, so that is vital stuff. That's around $400 a year. So look, there's some people again are on the fence with that stuff, some people aren't. Look, I think it's having that is the lesser of two evils. Paralysis ticks and heartworm are very common in Australia, so look, you know, I'd rather take no chances with those things. So we have Lucy on like Sentinel, all the preventions for that stuff. But again, that's not cheap. That's around $400 a year for the dosing. So since to date, from the day we got Lucy, and by the way, we got Lucy on the 21st of the 7th, 2018. So that's 19 months ago. In 19 months, Lucy has cost us nearly $12,000. Literally a couple of dollars off $12,000. $11,990 in total with vet bills and buying the dog, you know, dog proofing the house. There's always going to be some form of dog proofing. The toys, the leads, the dog trainer, the dog walker, all those bits and pieces. Yeah, so that's a massive outlay. Okay, so these costs you don't really throw out all at once, obviously. You kind of absorb them as they come, but that is a realistic amount of what you are going to spend and the amount of money that you're going to put out to buy and own a German Shepherd and give it what it deserves, okay? Now, so that is from the day we got Lucy to pretty much today, it's around nearly $12,000. And then what I've also done here, I've broken down it into annual costs. So once you've bought Lucy, you're set up with your dog, you've got your German Shepherd. I've got your annual running costs here of owning one of these guys. You just get comfy, Luce. You clean your tail, good girl. So, annual cost, vet insurance, $750 a year. That's pretty good. This is vital stuff right here. I wouldn't want to be caught without it. You can be covered up to 85% of damages. So, you know, if your dog does fall off the bed and break its leg or something happens, like you've just heard of the string of events we've had with Lucy over the time. Some probably could have been avoided and others couldn't have. It's really good to have a good pet insurance. Thank you for your kisses, baby. It's so sweet of you. So the next thing is food. Lucy roughly consumes, this is probably underestimated, but around $2,500 a year in dog food. We give her lean meats, cooked and raw, organs, and she has a very high quality kibble, okay? But on average around $2,500 a year. She weighs 32 kilos and she's a very lean German Shepherd. So she's bigger for a female. She's probably on the, not massive for a female, but she's on the bigger end of a female. Yeah, so she's a big lean girl. Anyway, miscellaneous items I have for the year as well. Poo bags, new toys, bits and pieces I'm always picking up. Dude, I need a sponsorship with Chuck It. The amount of times I've had to go fetch her balls or they've lost them in the beach and whatever, like wherever, whatever. About $200 a year, just some miscellaneous random stuff, okay? Set that aside. Again, reoccurring costs is the heartworming flea, paralysis tick medication, $400 a year. Super important. And then I've also put a backup vet money, like emergency money. You want to have always $1,000 set aside for your dog. Because, hear me out. What happens is when you have vet insurance, so I know I'm speaking for personal experience and our own insurance, is if Lucy needs to go to the vet, and it's and this by the way doesn't cover checkups and regular maintenance, this covers unexpected like gashes under her chin and surgery and stuff like that. So hypothetically, Lucy runs into another fence and into a brick and gets another gash. Okay, so we take her to the vet. Even though we have insurance, we still have to pay for that surgery or that appointment at the vet up front from our own funds, and then we then submit the claim to the insurance company, and then they make the decision whether it's under the legislation, whether we get paid out up to what we're owed, which is we get roughly around 75 to 85%. And so far, we've claimed probably 80% of what we've put in. So it's been very good. So just be aware, guys. So even though I haven't taken that out of the total costs of owning a German Shepherd, the point is that you have to have that money there up front. So, you know, essentially if your dog breaks its leg and you take it to the vet, but you have great vet insurance, just understand and be aware that most likely you're going to have to foot that bill up front before your insurance company will pay for it, okay? So just be aware. So the annual costs of Lucy is around $4,850 a year, just as is. Now there's a few things I didn't include in there on my extras page. So this doesn't include boarding, okay? So people do go away. Not everyone has the luxury of leaving their dog with friends or family. We're lucky for two reasons. One, when we travel, my wife and I, we take Lucy with us. So she travels with us. She's done some big trips and we're going to start doing more traveling with Lucy. We actually want to start doing some international stuff as well. So we don't have to pay for boarding, but we're going to have other expenses where we're going to be taking Lucy with us. So this is something else. These things need to be taken into consideration that I haven't included. We're crazy dog parents. We throw Lucy birthday parties. She had her first birthday party obviously last year. She's about to have a second. Last year she had about 30 people turn up, about 15 dogs. It was crazy. We had coffee and dog cakes and human cakes, and you know, you can actually throw that into your expenses. Again, that's probably not really a normal thing, but it's something that we do. So other expenses that I didn't include are the dog meetups. We do regular dog meetups with other German Shepherds around Sydney. It's really nice to get these big, you know, higher prey drive dogs all together doing their thing. So being Sydney is a very expensive place to live and a very expensive place to drive around. You even think about your car, you're going to be charged a toll. Okay, so like literally for me to get down to a dog meet the next suburb over, the chances are I'm going to use about 3 toll roads and it's going to cost me about $15, $20 in tolls. Okay, so that's always being thrown on. The other day we went for a dog walk on the other side of Sydney, up at Longreef. It was one of our last videos. Amazing, we had a great time. $10 an hour to park. Isn't that the biggest load of bullshit you ever heard in your life? So again, these factors take into consideration. I haven't added them in because not everyone's going to go around and drive their dog to all these places and go out and have some fun with them. You know, some dogs kind of don't really leave the dog park or the backyard, unfortunately, but we like to take our dog out. So And also weekly trips to the beach. We take Lucy to the beach once a week. She's a mad swimmer. She loves swimming, dock diving. Again, that's about $10 in tolls, $10 an hour to park. It is through the roof. You know, so go there, $10. Park there, $10. Come home, $10. That's $30 in tolls. Okay, so that's every week. So I haven't actually added all these costs, these extra costs in, because some people will have them, some people won't have them. Holy shit. That is crazy. So, just to go through the final figures one last time, guys. So, how much does a German Shepherd cost? So, a German Shepherd will cost you around $8,250 for the first 19-20 months of their life. Now, that is not including vet bills. Okay, be prepared to spend money at the vet. So with an additional cost of $3,670 odd with vet bills from the day that Lucy came into our lives to now, that puts the total cost at nearly $12,000 to date. You look very chuffed with yourself. You're an expensive dog, aren't you? Eh? So, keep that in mind, that owning a German Shepherd for 19, nearly 20 months has cost $12,000, okay? And this is only going to go up. And then from there you have your annual running costs of around $4,850 a year. This can vary. This can vary on a lot of different things, coming down to your insurance, whether you have insurance, the food you feed them, and what you do with them, whether you have them on flea tick medication. Are you right? Lucy, I just felt you fart on my arm. That is disgusting. Anyway, what are you doing? Can you sit down properly? Sit down. What are you doing? Pop. Good girl. So, anyway guys, I thought I'd go through these facts and figures with you guys. These are things that essentially costs you may not put down straight away, but these are costs and things you will absorb over time. This is all an approximate, and this is all from my own experience. Some people may spend more, some people may spend less. I just watched a video with a really cool dog. It was a Connie Corso, I think they call them. I've never seen one of these dogs in real life, but they're like a massive, kind of like man-eating looking thing. Really cool looking dog. And I think he was saying they spend about, was it like $6,000 or $7,000 a year in just feeding the dog, and it's on a complete raw diet. I think it was $5,000 a year, so $5,000 a year on a complete raw diet. That is crazy. Mind you, the dog is twice the size of Lucy, but it's all going to be dog dependent, size dependent, and what you have, essentially all these little individual things of insurances and food types and all that sort of stuff. But these are kind of general costs, guys. So yeah, just keep that in consideration, because I think a lot of people don't. I know I wasn't thinking about all these extra things before I got Lucy. I was just thinking, sweet as, get the dog, bit of training, little crates and a lead, whatever, but there is a massive ongoing cost with these guys. Now, last thing I want to put down. They say that money can't buy happiness. That is absolutely incorrect, because money bought me my best friend in the entire world, Lucy Lane, the Queen of Balmain. So guys, that is it for the video. Lucy has had enough sitting here. Hey Luce, I didn't say done. Come on, up. Come here. Up. Sit down. Good girl. She's such a good girl. Do you go walkies? Yeah, we're gonna go walkies. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. Drop a comment below. That'd be amazing. Thank you also, guys. We just hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. That is freaking amazing. Yeah, we're really excited. So guys, also, if you don't have us, add us on TikTok for daily fun content. Is my finger nice? And Instagram, if you like pretty photos. This girl's pretty cute. She can pose. She likes the camera more than her mother. And yeah, anyway guys, have a great weekend. We're going to get some good footage over the weekend with a vlog over the weekend. And yeah, anyway guys, stay safe, peace out, and see you in the next video.